Do you have a dirty little secret? Welcome to the club.
And you're all invited.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We're handing out memberships, free of charge.
Step up to the VIP line and let Dayna and Brimstone take you on a weekly ride of secrets and debauchery.
Now buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get heated on the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Dirty Little Secrets Club. We're your hosts,
Dayna Pereira.
and this is Brimstone, and it's going to be an absolutely epic episode. Why? Because we're going to be talking some Disney, baby. Talking some Disney, but not the happy-go-lucky Disney that we all know and love. We're talking about the dirty little secrets of Disney, which ain't big secrets anymore because there's a thing called the internet.
Yes, yeah. I mean, we've done Nickelodeon. Why not Disney, right?
Why not? Why not? They don't take care of me the way they used to. So, hey, no, I'm just kidding.
It only makes sense that the happiest place on earth, like if you dub yourself the happiest place on earth, you know there's a dark underbelly there. You know there's shit going on, especially for a place that is so widespread, that's been around for so long.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear my belly?
Was that your belly?
That was my belly that just grumbled.
No way.
Did you hear it? It went,
I did. Yeah, I did. And I looked at it and I was like,
I saw
"Wait
your
a
face
minute."
and you were just like,
Yes.
what was that? That was
I'm
my
leaving that
belly.
in, by the way. That was I'm not editing that out. That is staying.
That was my belly saying, ooh, we're talking some Disney food right now. Give me some Disney food. But technically, I don't know if I necessarily want all the Disney food simply because of what just recently happened. Now, this is a little bit of an older story, Day. But I'm from New York. I'm Long Island, and apparently there was a doctor from Long Island who went out to visit Disney World, not Disneyland, so Disney
Mhm.
World in Florida with her husband, and she was a big doctor, not a new doctor, a long-term doctor, and they were very, very careful because she had a very specific allergy issue.
Mhm.
So they wanted to make sure that they were going to go to a restaurant within Disney whenever they were eating, that they were going to make sure that the allergies would be, I guess
They
taken
knew
care of,
about them.
that they knew
Yeah.
about them. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So they wound up going to this place in there. What's the restaurant name? Raglan Road is the name of the restaurant. Yeah, so there it goes again. My belly is we're talking food. It's
Ooh,
going,
you getting
hey,
hungry?
baby, I need a little bit of something to feed me.
Yeah.
Anyway, but anyway, so this place, Raglan Road, says that they follow proper protocols and they make good on promises to serve food that's allergen free. So
Uh-huh.
when they went there, they were like, all right, like this is good, we're in a safe zone, but they were still very, very cautious. She was 42,
Uh-huh.
okay? Family
So she's
medicine
been
specialist.
living with
Yes.
this for 42 years. She's
Yes.
well versed in keeping herself safe from her food allergy.
100%. Family medicine specialist. She was with NYU Langone Hospital here on the island, which is a huge, huge hospital. Circuit. So they went in and they were in this restaurant. She wound up having a major allergic reaction, and they couldn't save her. She died.
Oh my God.
Now what happened was, again, I'm just stating the stuff that I know. Let's see, here it is. I just want to make sure I have my notes up. So they went to the Raglan Road pub October 5th. So this was the end of last year. The doctor was severely allergic to dairy and nuts. So she said, obviously the husband said that they chose the restaurant based on the advertising that Disney indicates the accommodation of people with food allergies. And we know that, and especially big resorts like that, they're very, 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 they
They
take
have
that
to be
extra,
on top of it.
yeah, they take that extra step to make sure that the safeguards are in place because of incidents like this. They
Totally.
can't take they can't take that chance of people having issues.
Yeah.
So they believed they were going to have the safeguards in place to protect the people with the allergies. So here's the way it went down. Now the waiter apparently came out to the table, The couple told the waiter about the food allergies, and she required an allergy-free food menu. And this is what can I get? I
Right.
just want to make sure that there's nothing touching. What do you call it? And then she asked what menu items contain the allergens. The waiter left. He went to go talk to the chef about what certain foods could be made allergen free. Came
Yeah.
back to the table, said that they could be made that way. How whatever she was asking
Yeah.
for.
Dairy free, nut free, all the
Right.
free.
And they guaranteed that the allergen free food was what she'd be served. Now, the couple questioned the waiter several more times. It wasn't like a one-time thing, not a two-time
Yeah.
thing. And mind you, they have all this on video. This is all they have all the security footage
Oh,
to show
shit.
what happened.
Yeah.
So what do you call it? The couple, they questioned the waiter. I mean, of course, you can't hear what they're saying, but you
Right.
could see what was going on. They questioned the waiter multiple times to confirm that what they were ordering was going to be allergen free. They were assured unequivocally, all right,
Yeah.
that it would be. Now that the waiter was so adamant about it, the waiter might have been getting a little annoyed with them.
Stop
You know what I'm
asking me.
saying?
I heard you the
Stop
first
asking me.
12
Right.
times.
So
Yeah.
based on that, they ordered the onion rings item labeled "Sure I'm Frittered," scallop forest, and this shepherd went vegan. Those are the dishes that they ordered.
Okay.
When the waiter came back with the order, some of the things did not have the flags in them marking them as allergen free.
Oh, boy.
This is where it takes the turn for the worse.
Uh-oh.
So the doctor and the husband asked again about the presence of allergens, and the waiter said again, the food's allergen free. The waiter said, no, it's fine. The food's
They
allergen
forgot to
free.
put the flag in it. It's totally fucking fine. Just eat it.
Right. So the two of them, I think the husband's mother was with them. They ate their meal. They finished. The two women went shopping nearby. Okay. The husband went back to the hotel with the leftovers from the meal. About 45 minutes later, the doctor had a severe allergic reaction after entering Planet Hollywood, the outlet over there. And she began to not be able to breathe. She collapsed to the floor, used an
damn it.
EpiPen,
Oh,
used the
shit.
EpiPen. All right, what do you call it? And somebody called 911. She was taken to the hospital. She was pronounced dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
The autopsy from the medical examiner office in Orlando, Florida, for those of you people who are not in the States and don't know where Orlando is, they determined the cause of death was anaphylaxis or a severe allergic reaction.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
And what do you call it? The report notes that the woman who passed reported history of allergies to dairy products and peanuts, and said that she had used an EpiPen before becoming unresponsive. Says the manner of death was accidental, but I'm sure to a certain extent it was accidental, but for me, I feel like that's murder. Because
Manslaughter.
yeah, if maybe unintentional manslaughter, but it's manslaughter nonetheless. I think that's absolutely insane.
That is really, God, that's sad. That is awful.
Isn't that crazy?
If they just, especially with a person that has to like live their life that way, it has to be really hard to go out. You have to trust other people. And they fucking let her. Is this guy suing them? Is he a gazillionaire now? Not that her life has a price tag, but like, how the fuck does that happen?
I'm sure there's going to be some kind of a payout. I'm sure Disney will pay out something to, steer clear of going. Look, because that it's going to be a big settlement. I mean,
Oh, yeah. And they'll probably settle out of court.
that's what I'm assuming. I mean, again, we don't know, but we'll find out. It's already out there. So, yeah, that is not good. God forbid. I don't wish that on anybody,
No.
really, really, really awful. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Like Disney is just so freaking nuts. There was another thing recently with them, not in Disney World, but in Disneyland. And this happens at both Disney World and Disneyland on regularly. But apparently it wasn't exactly a trip to the happiest place on earth for some people, because there were smeared bone chips and ashes which were the remains, or the cremains is what they call them, of somebody who apparently loved Disney a lot.
And
It was,
wanted their ashes spread at Disneyland.
yeah. And now, again, that happens a lot. They do it in, especially in like the Haunted Mansion and stuff like
Oh
that.
my, no, stop it.
Yes. And by the way, people, if this is something that you'd like to have happen, one, it's 150 to 200% illegal. All right. Second of all, you're going to be wiped up and thrown into the trash because
Yeah,
they have cameras
they're gonna
everywhere.
broom you up.
That's it. They have cameras everywhere, and when they see it, not only are the people that are putting you there in for a big, comeuppance, but on top of that, what do you call it? They're going to sweep it up. You're shutting down that ride or whatever it is for quite some time because now they have to go and sanitize it. So you're screwing a lot of people out of a lot of
So
time.
let's get even a little more gross here because ashes don't just lay on the ground. They go up into the air. So
Yep.
basically, you're going into the nostrils and throats of parents, grandparents,
Mhm.
children. Like your cremated remains are coming out in a poop later. Okay? You're coming out in a poop because you're going down the throat.
That's really shitty. Every once in a while, I got a good one. This is crazy. This specific incident was on Rise of the Resistance, which is the Star Wars ride. And then what do you call it? Apparently, there were also dustings in It's a Small World, Pirates of
Shocking.
the Caribbean. What do you call it? Of course, like I said,
And
the
people
Haunted
have
Mansion.
sex on those rides. We know that because we're the Dirty Little Secrets Club and we've gotten secrets of
Yes.
people having sex on those rides. So not only are you ruining other people's, you're getting mixed with sexual fluids also. Like, let's think about this. Do you really, really need to be spread at Disneyland? Like,
Well, some girls like to be spread at Disneyland, apparently.
apparently on It's a Small World.
See how I did that? Mm.
Hey,
Mm.
some boys too, okay? We don't
This
want
is
to.
true. This is true. Not I said the fly, but other, some people. I don't see how that would work on a Disney ride.
Jeez. Like it no, I think that we should think about this as a whole.
Mhm.
For everything. Like, do you need to be spread in the ocean? Do you need to be like any
No.
place? Can we just not be floating through the air? Did you ever watch White Lotus?
No.
Well, in there, Jennifer Coolidge is trying to spread her mother's ashes and she's like throwing it up into the air.
Yes,
and
I
it's
did see that. I did see that. Oh my God, I did. I just didn't remember the name of the movie. And then it's
Yeah.
going in her face and
in her
everybody's
face. She's like
Yes.
choking on it. And it's not as like this beautiful ceremony that
not graceful.
people think that it is. It's
not
you're
graceful.
choking on ashes.
It's disgraceful. It's not graceful. It's
That's
disgraceful.
right.
It's not
Yes.
cool. It's not cool. Just don't do it, ladies and gentlemen. What do you call it? Mickey and Minnie would prefer that you didn't do such things. What do you call
Please
it?
don't.
I mean, come on. And aside from the fact that it's unsanitary, I mean, it's like I don't know. I digress. And that's not even anything. I mean, what do you call it? Disney has had such a huge list of not only people bringing bodies in, ashes in,
Ashes,
but of actual deaths in the park.
Who
There's a list, like a huge list of deaths in the park. I believe that the current tally, and I could be wrong. I'm getting this from the interwebs, but currently I think up to date it's 93 fatalities caused by 90 separate incidents, and this is between Walt Disney World and Disneyland, and I guess anything in between that's Disney related.
like the Paris ones, like all over the place?
That I don't know. It could be. But this is specifically from 1964 to 2024.
Oh wow.
This is like there's actually lists online that you can find. But there are, I mean, holy crap, like I'm just looking here, oh my Lord. So much. Space Mountain deaths. 7/7/2015. Cause of death, natural causes, pre-existing condition.
So
A
what? The guy
55
like or a person had a heart attack or something like that on Space Mountain. That tracks. I could see that.
55-year-old woman, cardiopulmonary arrest and
Yup.
septic shock at
Mm-hmm.
Florida hospital celebration after losing consciousness while on the ride.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And that's one. Then in 2006, also heart condition, Space Mountain. 73-year-old man lost consciousness while riding Space Mountain. Transported to hospital, died 3 days later.
Jeez.
Yeah. So again, heart condition. Why would you be 70 something years old and with a medical condition in your heart and still go on the ride? I don't know. So I
Listen,
can't blame
he
Disney
went
for
out
that.
the way he wanted to, okay? He was like, I'm going out on Space fucking Mountain, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. This one is really sad. 2006, natural causes, cancer. A
Ah,
6-year-old boy fainted riding
oh,
Space Mountain, was taken to Celebration Hospital where he passed away. He was a terminal cancer patient that was visiting, and
yeah.
it was part of the Give Kids the World program. But he died of natural causes, and it was a metastatic pulmonary blastoma tumor. That's what
Oh,
that causes.
man,
Now
that
there
is
are
rough.
other ones from Space Mountain, but let's see, there's Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort, 1989, drowning. 13-year-old boy drowned at River Country. What do you
There
call
was
it?
that toddler that got eaten by the alligator in Disney World.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
Isn't that
that one
insane?
fucks me up. I think about that one all the time. Like, why do I not go to Disney World? I don't like alligators.
Well, look, again, these people, a lot of things were because they had health issues, and then other things were from pure stupidity. There's one guy that went on Splash Mountain. What do you call it? In 2000, the cause of death was blunt force trauma.
Oh my God, did he hit his head?
37 years old. He was fatally injured trying to exit the ride while it was moving.
Um, they tell
Yeah.
you sit down while the ride is moving, arms
Yep.
and legs inside the vehicle or whatever it's called. That there's rules for a reason.
He told the passengers that he was feeling ill. He attempted to reach one of the attraction's emergency exits, and then he was struck by the ride vehicle, the following ride vehicle. Isn't that
Wow.
crazy? Yeah, like it's crazy. I mean, again, like so many.
Well,
A guy
not to
had
be an insane Debbie Downer, but on this list is a alarming amount
Mhm.
of unaliving going on.
Oh yeah, there's so much unaliving going on. Like
Like
Lord, oh
people
Lord,
go to the happiest place on earth to unalive themselves. There was, what was it, 12 people over the years that have unalived at a Disneyland World resort.
something like that. Well, more.
That's an alarming amount.
Well, oh yeah, unalived. I got you. Yes. I'm sorry. The terminology. I know.
Oh,
I get
yeah.
it now.
I just, people
Yeah,
that have died by suicide.
yeah. Unalived. No, it makes sense. Yeah, 12 of them. Well, there have been four in Orlando. So four in Orlando. And I don't know about the rest, but yeah,
Wow.
that's crazy. Where was it? Let's see. Just wanted to give the proper information if I'm saying anything. In the actual rooms. This one actually. Okay. This one's a pretty crazy one. 37-year-old man entered Epcot after closing. How he did that, I don't know. Pointed a shotgun at 3 security guards, demanded to see his ex-girlfriend who worked there.
Oh, I
Fired
remember
four.
this story.
This is in 92. This is a long time ago, too. Yeah.
I
He
remember this story.
fired 4 blasts at the guards and took 2 guards hostage in a restroom near the Journey into Imagination Pavilion. The sheriff deputies of Orange County surrounded the area. Shooter released his hostages, emerged with the shotgun held to his chest, and then after going back and forth with the deputies, put the gun to his head, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like who
Oof.
goes to Disney to do that?
I,
I don't get it.
I don't either. I don't either. But I mean, who goes anywhere to do that? Like it's You have to
21%.
imagine that if all of those people, like the amount of people that go in and out of Disney every single day, there has to be some shit going on. You can't
Oh
have that
yeah.
amount of people without some sort of shit going on.
Of course. It looks like there's 21% of employee deaths and 79% of guest deaths.
Oof.
What's crazy, and I know this, I don't know if it's really publicized all that much. I don't want somebody to try to fact check me and they can't find it, but I've heard this from actual Disney animators that I'm friends
Uh-huh.
with, who have said that, back when there was a very, very, very high, and that's probably not even in any of this, documentation.
Hmm.
There is a high suicide rate, or there was a high suicide rate of Disney animators, and Disney artists, because for the longest time when they were in contract, they were only allowed to work on the projects that they were working on, nothing externally, nothing personally. It was only allowed to be Disney stuff, and they couldn't get their creativity out. Even though there were very, very happy times and they had like amazing stories from back when. I've heard a lot of really good stuff. There was a
Hmm.
lot of depressing times as well, and a lot of these Disney animators, there's a whole handful of them that actually, what do you call it, unalived themselves. And that's why Disney they started putting in a forgot what
Like
they
a
did. If it
clause or
was like a
something.
clause where they were allowed to work on their own projects within like certain, you know,
That I have not heard that before. That
no,
is
it's
crazy.
not a well-known thing.
Well,
What do you call it?
some of those animators, and I'm not talking shit here, but some of them had themselves a little fun in some of the movies and stuff, sneaking in little things here and there, which is another well-known Disney secret is they be sneaking in like nipples and like into
Oh,
children's movies.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. What do you call it? There are a lot of sexual references in Disney movies and in the artwork in general. They
The Little
The
Mermaid.
Little Mermaid, the
Everybody says
cover.
that there was a dick in the front of
Yes.
on the thing.
A huge schmeckle right there on the castle in the back.
Yeah.
It is insane. I actually have, I'm pretty sure I still have it, that original cover.
Mhm.
And then later they reissued, they called everything, and then they reissued a new one with, what do you call it, without the wiener.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't see it until it's way too late. Oh my God. And there's so many things. The Rescuers, 2 frames of the film. There's a woman who appears in the window of an apartment wearing no top. What do you call
I'm
it?
like, how did they how and there's got to be people that were like, "Whoa," and then other people where it just completely went over their head.
Well, it's so quick, Day. That's the thing. The reason why a lot of people are finding these things is because they're looking for them, and they're going like, one click at a time, one click
Yeah.
at a time, and just to see what's hidden in there. Because obviously, the rumor gets out, and is this here, or is this not? And people want to find it. They want to
Oh
find it.
yeah. Well, I remember specifically on The Lion King
Hmm.
pausing because whenever I don't is it Simba somebody like falls into a pile of leaves or like and then the leaves go up and it spells sex.
I think that is a thing. Yes,
And I
yes.
remember specifically like pause, waiting for it. Now they
That's
said,
Pumbaa, I think. It might be Pumbaa and Timon that during the Hakuna Matata song.
I
Is
don't
it that?
remember,
It could
but
be.
I saw sex, even though the animators say that it says SFX and it's supposed to mean special effects. I
Uh-huh.
don't know. You say F, it looked like an E to me. I think the animators were having a little bit of fun there and wrote
Yeah.
sex in the leaves.
It's like WWF, they're taking the F out. What do you call it? Yeah, no. No. What about Roger Rabbit when they had Jessica Rabbit? What do you call it? Had
Uh-huh.
the wardrobe malfunction?
Dude, first of all, let's talk about Jessica Rabbit because she was va-va-voom.
Yes.
Va-va-voom for a
Yes.
kid's movie.
I liked that. Yes.
A lot of people did.
Yeah, what do you call it? So what do you call it? Her crotch is actually shown briefly under her dress. Now later on, what do you call it? They digitally altered it to put on underwear. But yeah, like early versions of it,
Yeah.
you should be able to still grab it and see it. So many different things. Like
Mm.
these, you know what's crazy is not everybody realizes that this stuff is there. That's
Yeah.
like
You
I
gotta
wanna.
go looking for it. And nowadays they've changed it all. Just like you said, they digitally altered something.
Mm-hmm,
They've gone back and taken shit out of movies that were originally there.
mm-hmm.
They said in Aladdin that he is heard mumbling, "Good teenagers, take off your clothes." And then they said that it wasn't that it was something else, but it was conveniently edited out in later
Uh-huh.
forms of the movie. So take what
That's
you want
great.
from that.
I listen, there's some dirty birdies in there. I'm not gonna listen. Me personally, I've been in in the studio, and I'm in the box, with other voice actors, and the stuff that they say and do, like off takes, you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean, are absolutely hilarious and ridiculous, and they go off kilt
Well, you gotta see what you can get away with,
sometimes.
right? Like, I wonder how many things are in Disney movies that we don't even know about, that
Oh,
the animators are still giggling about, you know?
truth. So many, I'm sure. And then there was a lot of stuff in older Disney movies, including Dumbo, for instance, where very racist type things that were going on.
Ooh,
In Dumbo,
yeah.
you had the Black Crows, right?
Oh,
What do
that's
you call it?
right. Yep, I remember
So
that.
which if you recall, when they did the remake of Dumbo, the live version, which was god
Uh-huh.
awful, they took all the crows were taken out of it.
Well,
And
good.
and
They should update that shit.
but here's the thing: is the cr- yes, people can take it that way, and the way I see it is that what do you call it? Those crows were a big part for the fly, and I ain't never seen an elephant fly. You know what I mean? Like that was one of the line. It's a historic line in Disney. So yeah, I understand where it could be taken in a specific manner, but it wasn't that it was. I think it was because of what's the word I'm looking for, where it's an assumed black voice, you know what I mean, where it was like of that time. Does that
Well,
make sense?
I
I
mean,
think I'm missing
I
the
I
words.
hear what you're saying. I can't quite get on board with it because a
Yeah.
lot of the things that were assumed were. And I do think that as we are, you know, moving along in time that and fighting for equal rights, and it's a
Mm.
fucking fight, man. It is a
It's
fight.
true.
Then yeah, we should be, if even if something is assumed, like, yeah, fucking hammer it down and get rid of it because
Yeah.
you don't want that out there. That's not what that's for, you know?
Oh yeah. No, agreed. I always, again, I was I grew up with all black people, you know what I mean? I was the only white kid. So, for me, I watched it and I didn't think anything of it. And you know what I mean? Like as a kid. Now I have not seen it in a
Me
long, long
neither.
time.
Me neither.
But when the new movie had come out, I was like, how do they not have the crows? And that was the reason why they didn't have
Yeah.
the crows.
Yeah.
But then you got Song of the South. And that one they ripped off that one. You can't even watch it. You can see it online. They've got it hidden in places, but
I
not
don't
Disney,
even know what
obviously.
that is.
Song of the South is where Zippity Doo came from. So
Okay.
that with Uncle Rebus and what do you call it? That one was a lot more risque
I've
and
never seen it.
yeah, as a kid, you
Sounds like
know,
that's probably a good thing.
yeah, as a kid, you didn't really realize it again back when.
Right.
But now looking back at certain things, you go, wow, that was the movie that Splash Mountain was built on. And
Oh.
I think that's also why they chose the Splash Mountain location to get rid of Splash Mountain, and then now they have Tiana's new ride coming in. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about? Tiana,
Yeah.
Princess and the Frog, is that what?
Yep. That's
Yeah,
what it
so what do you
is.
call it? So I guess to kind of move forward, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and have the proper representation, which they should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was oh my God, so many different things. But that one, there's a lot of stuff about slavery in there or suggested that suggested that it helped to perpetuate a dangerously glorified picture of slavery. That's what it says here, the
Wow.
NAACP. And that was,
looking back on all of those things, and yes, like now we have a different perspective now because we're in the future, right? But I
Right.
often wonder, in another 50 years, what are we going to look back on during this time and think like, oh shit, things needed to change,
so
like
many things.
and it's going to keep going like that. It's just how life progresses. You move forward, you look back, you go, oh shit, got to fix this. Okay, move forward, you look back and you do it again. That's just what life is.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's just crazy. Looking at all these things, and I'm just, I go,
Yeah.
It's like,
Things that make you go,
craziness. Absolutely crazy. There's so many, Disney has so many things that they kind of sweep under the carpet. You know what I mean? It's just, it's unbelievable, but I guess, you can get away with that because you're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Disney is Disney. Disney be Disneying.
This is true. This is very true. Yeah, we could go on about Disney forever, but I think we kind of had enough Disneying today.
Disney got some secrets. I think that if anything, we know now that the Dirty Little Secrets Club can extend all the way through Disney.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's so good.
Lovely. It's so lovely.
Welcome to the club, Disney.
Really quick, which we didn't mention last week, but we were in the top 20
in Australia.
In Australia.
Yeah.
Australia. Oh my God. So thank you. We know that everything is bigger in Australia, so we appreciate you making us bigger in Australia.
Thank
and
you.
What do you call it? That was amazing news. Thank you for sharing that day, because I was really stoked about that one.
Me too.
What do you call it? Can I say one more thing before we go?
Of course.
I didn't say it last week and I didn't tell you off air, but this was hilarious. I tried posting on Insta and it didn't go through, so it annoyed me. So while I just landed in Texas this past week, and I was at the hotel, and I get a message, and I'm looking at it, and I don't know who it is, and I'm going, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is this from? And it's like a video, and I'm going, all right, like what the hell am I looking at? Type of a thing. And I figured out, like, okay, oh, this is one of the fans. I know this person. And so I watched the video. So I'm in Texas about to do this event, and I'm on the big screen at Met Stadium, Citi Field. They have me up on the big screen.
That's so cool.
It was, I guess, one of the commercials I filmed. So I thought that was really, really awesome. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. What do you call it? Yeah. Anyway, that's about it. I thought that was fun. I was going to share that with you guys. Anyway, guys, we really appreciate you tuning in every single week. Continue to hit that share button. Make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe. Dayna, let them know the one rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Yes, as always, guys, the first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is to tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Thank you so much, guys. We love you. Want to see you again, God willing, next week.
Promised land. You think we want something from you? You got another thing coming.